Call centers, are they above the law in South Africa? They tend to get away with a lot, but are they allowed to do so? Hi, my name is Aslam Moolla and I am a registered attorney. In today's video, we're talking about unfair dismissals and unfair labor practices in relation to call centers in South Africa. Let's talk about labor cases against call centers. The reality in South Africa is that not many employees who work for call centers know their rights in terms of the Labour Relations Act. In particular, you have a right to be treated fairly in the workplace, and number two, you have a right not to be unfairly dismissed. Let's talk a bit more about that in detail. Starting off with an unfair labor practice. An unfair labor practice is where the company or the call center is treating you differently compared to other employees. These could be in the provision of benefits or any other form of difference which is unfair in terms of the Labour Relations Act. Speaking about the Labour Relations Act, the company must ensure that if they are going to dismiss any employee, it must be done fairly in terms of procedure and for the right reasons. Now, we've done extensive videos on our YouTube channel that covers unfair dismissal and the elements of an unfair dismissal. In our experience, when it comes to call centers, we find that usually they follow the right procedure. In other words, they have an in-house compliance department and the procedures are followed. However, the call centers fall short on the reasons for the dismissal, number one, and if we are dealing with an unfair labor practice, they tend to fall short on handling the internal mechanisms and the internal grievances at the workplace. In other words, they do not meaningfully engage with the issues. They just do it as a checklist approach in order to resolve the issue, but it's not done meaningfully. So, if you're dealing with an unfair dismissal against a call center or an unfair labor practice, with an unfair dismissal, you're going to look for the reasons for the dismissal, and that depends on the type of dismissal, misconduct, retrenchment, poor work performance, constructive dismissal, etc. Each has its own requirements. Or if we're dealing with an unfair labor practice against a call center, we're going to attack whether the company was genuine or bona fide in dealing with the grievance. We're going to focus on the meaningfulness and the genuineness or the bona fide element of the company dealing with that particular grievance. So in summary, call centers are bound to comply with the Labour Relations Act, meaning that they have to ensure that they have fair labor practices, and if they go through any kind of disciplinary processes, they follow the proper disciplinary route in terms of the LRA. If you need help in your situation, you're more than welcome to click the link below and book an appointment with our office. I wish you all the best and I'll speak to you soon.